Good afternoon, everyone. We hope you've all been keeping well during these uncertain times. This is obviously not how we pictured ourselves speaking at Commem, a task every captain of college looks forward to. However, we are delighted we have been given the opportunity to address you all today, even if it is virtually.
When Susie and I were appointed to this position last year, no one could have predicted that in 1 year's time, having a real-life Commem would be deemed illegal. But thankfully, the school has practiced fantastic social distancing by commencing virtual learning this Trinity term.
It is strange to think that this is the end of our time at Glenalmond, as this has been our life for the past 5 years. Our first day doesn't seem so long ago, and yet so much has happened over the course of our time here. But sadly, all good things must come to an end. Of course, this year hasn't quite been what Tom and I have expected, mainly due to the fact our physical year ended in March. However, we are extremely grateful to all those who have helped us, taught us and supported us over the past few months and years.
When Susie and I think of Glenalmond, the thing that sticks with us the most is surprisingly not the steeplechase, but Glenalmond's sense of community. We are lucky enough to be surrounded by some of Scotland's finest architecture, but undeniably it is the people who make Glenalmond. The tiny second and third form, who constantly make us question whether we were really that small when we arrived, and the fourth form, who think they have it easy until they realise that CCF is compulsory. The fifth form, who gain their power from choosing the theme of junior discos, and the lower six, proudly sporting their ill-fitting tweeds. And finally we have the upper six, a year who have to suffer through the pain of A-levels only to have them cancelled and oh, no, that's just our year.
However, as a collective, Glenalmond pupils are really something special. We have had the privilege of attending the Melrose OG dinner, which solidified key characteristics that all Glenalmond pupils develop over their time at Coll. The first being kindness. Being in a boarding house 24/7 teaches you that kindness goes a long way. In 5 years, we have learnt that each and every Glenalmond pupil is willing to help one another regardless of circumstances. Secondly, at Coll, you gain a strong work ethic. Being able to work through your teenage years with minimal complaining is a hard task, as we all know that things don't always work out. But it is Glenalmond pupils who fight through the hard times to end up on top, and this is why Glenalmond has consistently good grades each year. It is a result of you, the pupils, and all your hard work that Glenalmond really does flourish. And finally, you leave Coll with a great sense of humour, something you have to survive the freezing cold walks down to morning chapel.
As well as the pupils, it is the staff who make up the unique Glenalmond community. As what would Coll be without Mr. Draper and his three-piece suits, Miss Kay and her hilarious stories, Mrs. Davy and her dubious congas decisions, Mrs. Butler and her eloquently designed sixth form dinners, and of course Mr. Myers and his play hard, play tough life mantra. We owe everything we have learnt to you, the teachers and staff here at Coll. In and outside the classroom, you have taught us valuable lessons that will remain with us for the rest of our lives.
We have been lucky enough to live through 3 wardens in our time at Coll. Miss Logan welcomed us to Glenalmond back in 2015, and we would like to thank her for her dedication to Glenalmond during her time as warden. Mr. Alston stood in as warden in a time of need and brought his OG expertise to the role. So thank you, Mr. Alston, for stepping up to the role and leading Tom and I in our first 2 terms as captains of college. Finally, Dr. Alderston, although this has not been the way we expected you to start at Coll, we've been amazed by your perseverance through an uncharted time. We would like to wish you and your wife all the best for the future. The next year is filled with uncertainty, as social distancing may restrict life at Coll. However, we entrust that next year's captains of college will lead with strength and integrity. Tom and I would like to wish them luck and hope that they have an extremely rewarding year. Tom and I loved every moment of our roles this year, even when we were at each other's throats, disagreeing on the seating plan for the sixth form balls.
Finally, we would like to wish all of our fellow leavers good luck with the next chapter of their lives. We know that our Glenalmond experience would not have been the same without you. We hope that in years to come, we all will stay in touch, as perhaps the biggest lesson to learn from our time here is the value of friendship. And yes, that does seem cliche. However, how many times have you struggled here at Coll only to have a friend help you in a time of need? Having lifelong friends that stem from your school years is extremely valuable. So we beg you not to waste the friendships you have made.
It has been our honour to be your captains of Coll for this year, even if it has been cut short.
We hope you all have a lovely summer and are all looking forward to life returning to normal soon.
Floreat, Glenalmond.
Glenalmond Floreat.